going to talk today about 3 things that I wish I had known before I started my vineyard. We're standing here in a newly planted block. Just planted this April. This is the Alicante Boucher. I'm going to start off with number 1. The first thing that I wish I had done a little more research, maybe gone to some wineries, talked to the winemakers and asked them, you know, if they were willing to partner with me, if they had a variety that they had in mind that they were really wanting to see being produced or start making some wine with in the next 3-4 years down the road. I wish I'd have really gone and done more research. Not only because you need to be able to sell it, but you also need to plant a varietal that grows well in your area and in your soil type, and look into the proper rootstock if you're going to go with a grafted vine. The second thing I wish that I knew before I started this was how important it is for your block selection, your site selection, to be all the same soil type. The first blocks that I planted have a little bit of variation in soil type going from the top of the hill down to the lower spots. A little bit of variation can create inconsistent fruit ripening, and so we may have some fruit that's ripe on one end of the row, and then the lower end of the row of that same row may not quite be ready to harvest yet. Luckily, we hand harvest, and so we can get around that. But that would be my second suggestion, would be keep your blocks small and manageable so that you're in the same soil type throughout that entire block. I can't really give you a recommendation on how small to keep each block, because each site's going to vary greatly with soil type. You may have a shallow soil spot just 20 feet away. So I don't know about your specific site, but I would do some extensive soil testing to make sure that your entire block is about the same soil depth, same amount of topsoil, same depth down to either a clay layer or a caliche layer or whatever you have in your area. The third and final bit of advice I'm going to give if you're thinking about starting a vineyard is I'm from the dryland farming mentality, where I've always been taught to keep your fields completely clean, completely manicured, no weeds, no trash at all, just completely clean. I've been taught by Fritz Westover that a vineyard is not supposed to look like a perfectly manicured golf course. We're learning a lot about soil health, and as you can see right now, this vineyard right here is pretty clean. But you can also see these lines right here where we just drilled a cover crop. We're hoping to transition this to a more diverse cover crop, possibly some perennials, which we're going to talk about more in some videos later, but we're going to try to get first a cover crop on this. We're not going to be worried so much about weeds here and there. We're going to try to start getting a diverse blend of plants growing on top of the ground to cover this soil so that we can improve our soil health. So we're going to try to get as much cover as we can. We're going to try to get as much organic matter in the soil, more water holding capacity. We're going to try to get less erosion and really just try to improve the health of our soil. And so this vineyard is not going to look like this for very long. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe for future content.